Well, hello, welcome to my channel. Again, this is Sunday. I already did my Sunday vegan dinner segment, but I wanted to come back and I wanted you to see me put the glaze on this beautiful vegan lemon pound cake loaf. So I want to do that. And then I want to make you, I want you to see me make this collard green sushi that I did on a virtual conference, and it was divine. The whole conference was divine. But it was the first time I had done that. It was delicious, and I wanted to be able to make a video of making that collard green sushi. But before I do that, let's go ahead and ice this lemon pound cake, and then we're going to slice it and let Dr. Woodard get a slice of that pound cake. So here it is, right here. I've got my toothpick because I don't know about you guys and how many of you do your glaze, but I like to poke holes the top of the cake, and as I put the glaze on, then some of it seeps down into the cake as well. So I have here organic powdered sugar, and so I'm going to have, since it's just a loaf and not a bundt cake, I'm only going to use 3/4 of a cup. So for every 1/4 of a cup of powdered sugar, I think you should do a tablespoon of lemon juice. Okay, so 3/4 of a cup of powdered sugar. Put that in the bowl. And then 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. Now, to my knowledge, whenever you juice a lemon, about half of a lemon gives you about a tablespoon of juice. And that's what I've been gathering. So I've got 3 lemon halves here. This lemon half was left over from when I made the cake. So there's lemon zest and lemon juice in the cake. And now we're going to add this glaze. So I'm going to say this is 1 tablespoon right here. Squeeze that lemon juice into there. Like so, like that. It's 1. There's another tablespoon of lemon juice. Alright, and then another tablespoon. Okay. And I see I got a few lemons stuck in there. Also, about a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. So that's about a teaspoon of me. You all know how I measure. I need something to stir with. I think if I do a spoon, I'll be good. I got a few seeds in here, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to just stir that up. Real good. I'm kind of pressing against the edges to get the larger lumps of glaze. Okay, now let me just, I don't know, that's a lot of lemon. So I think I better add a teeny bit more of this confection sugar. That was more lemon than anything. So we're gonna just mash the sugar up against the sides of the bowl until it's pretty smooth. It doesn't have to be perfectly smooth, but it needs to be pretty smooth. All right. Now let's see. Perfect. Okay. So now, take my cake. I'm going to gently poke a few holes in the top of this cake. It has some crunchy edges on it. And I think it's just because I did it in a loaf pan. But I'm sure it's still moist like it always has been on the inside. And I kind of like a crunchy crust. It's okay with me. Okay, so we got I poked the holes in the top. And so now I'm going to take my silicone brush. Stir it around in here. And we're going to begin to brush the top of this delicious. And there's one of those little seeds they got in there. I'm just going to keep brushing it until the majority of this stuff is gone. And then, you know, I like to save a little bit. So like when I slice it, sometimes I'll drizzle some more of this over the cake. I'm going to get the sides. I want to get all the sides. All the sides. The sides need icing too. Right? Okay. All right. It's drinking it up. It's going down in those little holes that I poked. So we slice it, the cake's going to be even more moist. Because it's going to have some of this juicy glaze down in it. Okay? So, we're going to let that sit. Let it drink it up and let that sit. We're going to come back to that. Let me clean up some of this. Now, I told you what I do with my lemon caps. I keep them, put them in the freezer, and then they zest beautifully once you put them in the freezer. Okay, so I hang on to those. Get rid of all this stuff. Wipe off the board here. Wipe off the board. This way, the items I need. Okay, so I've got to dry off my cutting board, because one of the things that you have to have is a dry cutting board to make this collard green sushi. There's one step that I'm skipping, but it's very simple, and I'll just tell you what that step is. This is my very sharp knife. When you're going to cut sushi rolls, you need a very sharp knife so that they can cut beautifully. Okay, so you start with collard greens. So you go to the store and you buy your bunch of collard greens. Make sure you got some nice, beautiful whole ones. And this, of course, was a collard green. And what I did is I had a large frying pan with about 2 inches of water. Let it come to a complete boil. I think you can lay maybe 3 to 4 leaves, nice sized leaves, down in a nice sized pan. And you let them boil for 30 seconds. 30 seconds. And then you take it off the fire. You take them off, out of the water, drain the water off. Let them cool just a little bit so that they're handleable. And then make sure that they are dry. So even though they don't look dry, they are dry. There's no moisture on these collard green leaves. And I did these on Saturday. And so I had some left after the virtual conference. So I just put them in a Ziploc bag, lay them flat, folded them over gently, and then I put them in the refrigerator, and they kept very nicely. So if you're having a party and you want to make fresh sushi, just make sure you get your collard green leaves done. the day before, and then the next day it's easy as pie. And I'm about to show you how easy it is. So let's start with this big one right here. It has a little bit of a tear in it, but I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to be just fine. So after I've cut the leaf off cut the stem off up into the leaf part, and then boil them in the pot for 30 seconds. Then you lay it down on the dry cutting board with the the thickest part of the stem facing upward. Okay, so the thickest part of the stem should be facing upward. I want to make sure you've got a good view of what I'm doing here. So the thickest part of the stem is facing upward. Okay. Then I have here some sweet potato hummus. Now, you can use any type of store-bought hummus. There's this one brand that I have. Put these over there. This is called Hummus Trio, and I get this from Costco. And it has red pepper hummus, classic hummus, and cilantro lemon. Now, my favorite one is that cilantro lemon one right here. So red pepper, classic hummus, made from chickpeas or garbanzo beans. And this here is the cilantro lemon hummus. So, I mean, I could probably use one of these hummuses as well. But that's what I'm going to start with. You know, just a tablespoon and a half maybe of hummus. And I'm going to spread it right down the middle of this beautiful collard green leaf that has been perfectly blanched and ready for sushi. So it's almost like a paste. And this is the most delicious. I did a video on how to make sweet potato hummus. There's some good stuff with tortilla chips, or put it on some naan bread and throw some salad in there, some black beans, and then just eat it. Awesome. Okay, so we got our hummus in there. The next thing we're going to add is sushi rice. And so for every cup of cooked rice, and one thing about sushi rice is you have to thoroughly rinse your rice before you cook it. Thoroughly rinse it until the water is clear. Now, I have organic black pearl rice and organic white rice mixed. Black rice, of course, takes a little bit longer to cook, and you're going to have to cook it a little bit longer if you're going to be using it to make sushi. So for every cup of cooked rice, you're going to put 1 tablespoon of pre-seasoned rice vinegar. And I'll show you the one that I use. Is this it right here? Yep. Okay, so this is pre-seasoned rice vinegar. It's organic seasoned rice vinegar. So that means if you buy regular vinegar and you have to add the sugar and add all the other stuff to make a sushi vinegar, if it's already seasoned, it's ready to go. So a tablespoon of this to every cup of cooked rice. So I've already added vinegar to this. I think I'm going to add just a little bit more because it's been sitting in the fridge. So I'm just going to add a tad more. I'm going to stir it around like that. Okay. And then I'm going to add some of it to this collard green leaf right here. So I'm just going to add a tablespoon of it. And I kind of put it on the one side of the stem, the main vein of the stem. I kind of put it towards one side. I'm going to add it. Bring it down the middle, like so, like that. I think I need a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so I've added my black and white rice. Okay, next I'm going to add, let's see, for this one, we're going to do mango. So I've got, here's the things that I have here. Now I'm going to cut open this avocado. I have a little lime juice that I kind of squeeze on there after everything's there. So I've got red pepper, cilantro, seeded, sliced, julienned cucumbers, organic carrots, red cabbage, fresh asparagus, and mango. Okay, so for this one, I think I'm going to do mango. I'm going to do mango. So I put one slither of mango in there. And I think I'm going to do some red pepper with the mango. Red pepper, maybe a little cilantro. And I think I want to do some avocado with this one. So I'm going to cut open my avocado. Let me take my produce tag off of here. So we're going to go. Let's open it up. See this beautiful thing. Ah, perfect avocado. All right, I'm going to take a butter knife. Take a butter knife and I'm going to go ahead and slice it while it's inside the skin. Just like this. I think I'm doing about 1/4 of an inch slices while it's in the skin. Then I'm going to take a spoon and just scoop the slices right out of there. Just like that. Okay. I'm going to put a slice of avocado there. Yummy. Love avocado. And a slice there. Okay. And then I'm going to squeeze a little bit of lime juice on top. And now I'm going to begin to roll this beautiful piece of cabbage, a piece of collard green around all of this delicious stuff. Now as you roll, you fold in the edges. So I'm holding the stuff in and I'm rolling it very firmly and trying to make it as tight as I can possibly get it. And the one thing I wasn't sure of is if it would stay in place. But my goodness, it did. Now, of course, when you cut a sushi roll, the one who's making the sushi gets to eat the corners. You get to eat the ones on the end when you get ready to slice. So I'm just rolling it, smoothing it out, making sure. Okay, so got me this very sharp knife. I'm just going to cut off the end right there. Okay, and then I'm going to begin to make about 1 inch thick slices. And occasionally you need to wipe your knife off. Okay, now I'm going to put them on this plate so that you can see these beautiful pieces of collard green sushi. Okay, that's an end. We're not going to fool with that one. But So far, so good. Okay, so that's my first roll. It's been sliced, and it's going to get drizzled with uh, some ginger, soy sauce mixture here. I got to remember what I put in there. But I really love the sriracha one, and I'm probably going to mix up a sriracha one here for you to see. But so, right here. Okay? So let's see if we can do another one real quick. So I went slow with that one. I'm going to speed up. And this time I think I will try the cilantro lemon. Am I on the right side? No, I'm not. Well, it's going to have to be on this side this time. Okay. Okay, so I got my... Alright, next I'm going to add my rice. This is going to be a little bit smaller one because this is a smaller leaf. And that's fine. A little bit more. Okay, so I got my rice. I think I'm still going to do a little avocado. Did I do mango the last time? I did. So this time we're going to do a carrot. I'm going to do carrots. And we'll do an asparagus. Asparagus. With a little bit of red cabbage. Hopefully this is not too much. I'm not doing too much. A little bit of red cabbage. You know what? Let's see. Can I get a cucumber in here? Probably not. Too much. Okay, so some lime juice. A little bit of cilantro. And then we're going to roll. We're going to tuck in our edges. And we're going to roll it real tight. Okay. There we go. Smooth it out. Cut off our ends. Make our about inch slices. I love it. Now take the ends. Then we're going to add them to our plate here. Oh, these are beautiful. They look yummy. Okay, so now I've got a full set of sushi rolls. Okay? Now, let's see how much time I got. So this is the ginger soy sauce. So what I do is I use soy sauce, put a little bit of ginger in there, a little bit of pepper, some pure maple syrup, and that's about it. And it's very good. Okay? You can do fresh ginger if you want. Now, the other sauce I'd like to make is the sriracha one. Okay. So it's a very simple sauce. You got sriracha, you got your Hellman's vegan salad dressing, and then all you need is some pure maple syrup. I grab a bowl here, put a little bit of this vegan mayonnaise in. Oh, I hate these little things because they put the little tabs on them. But the little tabs are so slippery, it's pointless. It's pointless to put the tab on there. Okay, so got a little bit of that. Teeny bit of sriracha. Some maple syrup. And I think I can just add a little bit of rice vinegar to kind of thin it out. Stir it till it's nice and smooth. Of course, the oranger you make it, the more kick it has. But I like that color. That means it's not too spicy. But if you put enough sriracha, if it's orange, that should be a sign unto you it's spicy. So let me see here. It could use a little more. A teeny bit more, not much. Okay. So we've got that sauce. And we've got the sweet ginger sauce right here. Alright, so here's our. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drizzle some of this sauce over these right here. Or, you could just dip it in there. And then I'm going to put some of this sauce over a couple of them over here. Oh, wow. Absolutely wonderful. Okay. So here we go. Lord, we thank you. We'll start with a sriracha one. Fresh, delicious, with a little kick. I don't think I'm going to make it back to the lemon pound cake, but that's okay. Second one, sweet ginger sauce. Okay, how are you, meal? All right, so I got this cake here, finally. Turn your attention down to here. It's all nice and glazed. We're going to slice it. Look at that crispy crust on the outside. I like that. So I'm going to cut a nice size slice for Dr. Woodard. I'm going to put it on a plate. There you have it. I'm going to take some of that glaze, pour it over these wonderful strawberries and blueberries. Okay? And I'm going to stir it in there. I'm going to use this knife right here because I don't have my spoon with me. And I'm going to take these drenched strawberries and blueberries with the same glaze that's on the top of the cake. And I'm going to just pour it right over the top. Sorry about my hand, y'all. Y'all. Oh my goodness. So I got my enzymes, my sweetness, all at the same time. Get into it. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord has his face turned towards you, and he's giving you peace. See you on the next video. Bye-bye.